Hey YouTube, it's Frisky Dingo here doing another reaction video. Today we're looking at Capcom's E3 presentation. I was hoping to see a little bit more in the sense of gameplay for a Resident Evil DLC. We didn't get that. The game creator and director announced that we were going to get a DLC in the future. Unfortunately, there was no other news about it. Other than that, we did get some new news about a remake of Advance Wars. That was one of my favorite mobile games back in the day on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy SP. I had Advance Wars 1 and 2, so to see it being remade on the Nintendo Switch is pretty cool. I think it brings that nostalgia from the early 2000s, especially with the remake of Metroid Dread. I mean, not remake, the continuation of Metroid Fusion into Metroid Dread. I think that's extremely well to just see that type of early 2000s remakes going on and or continuation makes me extremely happy, especially because I'm a fan of that era of handheld gaming. Other than that, we didn't really get much else. And I think that's really upsetting. I was hoping to see something in the sense of new games. Hopefully we were going to get something in the sense of a new Marvel game. So I think realistically what's going on is that Capcom is just setting itself up for later in the year. I know one thing for sure with Capcom, they love to go in depth with their games at other conventions. I've never seen Capcom really go in at E3. So suffice to say, we might get some new information about some new games in the upcoming next month. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. I know that's usually the case with Capcom. It's been years. But like I said, Capcom has always been iffy. They pick and choose when they want to release new information, at what convention they want to do it in. They're not really a big E3 company in the sense. They don't hold out for E3 just so they could get their games out there. I think that's one of the cool things about Capcom. So we might get some new information throughout the month, and hopefully we get to see it. So what else do we have from Capcom? That's about it. I mean, we didn't get much else. We got a couple other games that are coming out on other platforms, but they were all presented in other game presentations. Capcom themselves only announced about Resident Evil Revival. They also announced the extending DLC for a couple of their other games, which I haven't even played. So other than that, I mean, it was really disappointing. Hopefully, we get something in the near future. I know that's how Capcom usually is with their games. But unfortunately, we didn't get much to really break down into this video besides a DLC, which hopefully with Resident Evil Village, we get a DLC that continues into Ethan Winter's story. I know there's been rumor of Resident Evil 4 remake, so hopefully that news comes out in the near future. I'm a big Resident Evil 4 fan, so to see a remake being placed, hopefully that comes into the new gaming year. But some news has been coming out about it here and there, so hopefully we do get to see that, and that's something I will be looking out for, and I will always update you guys if Resident Evil 4 news comes out. But that's Capcom. They're very small, so I don't expect much, and whatever was big was for other systems and not directly them announcing anything new. Resident Evil pretty much took the cake for Capcom. I mean, if you look at the game, that production was alone in the $20 to $10 million range. So it's definitely, anybody complaining from Capcom right now shouldn't really complain, because we are getting Resident Evil Verse, which I think will be extremely well, and we are getting a Resident Evil 4 remake, and we are getting a Resident Evil storyline DLC. So hopefully we could break that all down, and yeah, I'll definitely check you guys in the next one for whatever video comes out for E3, and hopefully we get some more news. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.